Hello friends, my name is Gallywog5055 and today we are doing a new video about New World and Stickman. Golly, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Gollywog. I am the host of the world.
Yes, but I'm actually Gollywog. There's a difference. He's just Gollywog and I'm actually Gollywog.
Right,
Alright people, so today we have a couple people with us. We have a leopard, which should not be in here. And we also have a phoenix, which is a mythical creature, which should also not be in here. But today, I have decided upon myself to buy a state. I bought a state and I have claimed it for my own. It is called Great
Dude, I'm
Springs.
like a moth. Look at I can't like get out. I'm like a moth.
God. That's beautiful. But anyways, guys, yes, I have bought a state. It is called the State of Good Springs, and it is Stickmon. And so I'll show you around. Great Springs. Yes, we're gonna call it Great Springs. So out here, this is actually my office complex. I'll go downstairs and then come upstairs. So this is what it looks from the outside. Gollywog did make this. I do thank him for that. It's a very nice creation. So when we come inside here, we get a map, shows my little area. This isn't all of it though. Little office building, you know, workers can go down. What this is basically a news station almost, things like that. We come up here.
And it like holds your documents and records, and like people can keep track of everything that's happening.
Yes. If we come up here, we have our documents. So if I say have an order, and you'll know what I mean by order in a minute. If I have an order, I'll come up here and use one of these, and I have 2 chests of these, and then I have name tags and all that in there. And then we go back down here. This is the building again. What's by Gollywog? But the thing is, this is my state. It is a clay biome. We've talked obviously. It is one of the few clay biomes. There's only one other, and it is not even close to this size. And I do own this one. I've decided to purchase it for a fair price, and now it's 8. So I am the mayor, the governor, and I am the military. I'm basically everything. The police, all that. And I can make the rules, the laws, but still, you know, I can't go into war, nothing like that. Part of the Stickmon nation still. I just run my own state.
Yeah, you still have to follow federal law.
Yeah, but I can make my own laws here, like, as in meaning all that. We get a helipad, because it is actually an island. It's in the middle of nowhere. Well, not nowhere technically, but it would be nowhere. But this is a helipad for me to, like, things and all that. And then down here, let me put my wings on.
We don't even use creative to fly anymore.
I don't like creative then. Here. It's actually based off a Western theme just because of the sand, and it kind of gives that Western theme. And so what this is, it isn't complete. I just kind of laid back on it. But it's going to be a motel for the workers, and what this state is, state. And I found it would be a really good investment because it's all clay, right? And clay is a very valuable resource when it comes to certain things, to buildings. I can just make a lot of money off that, you know, because people will come to me and say I need some clay. And so what I think I'm going to do, yeah, go for it.
Okay, I was just gonna say, like, really quickly, the only reason, like, why Reaper has this, right, like, he hasn't paid for this. So only from the old Stickmon we have, only certain people with companies go one of their companies back on the server. And, because Reaper had quite a few companies, he's allowed to bring 2, and he traded in his 2 companies for this one little island. So basically that's it. This is his company that he's decided to go on with doing.
And why I did do this, though,
why, like,
because you may think, sorry for cutting you off a little bit there, Gollywog. Why you may think, like, oh, you know, but that you just basically got one company on a dumb island. Well, think about it, though. This can make so much money. And don't quote me on this, but I think if I'm going to make my price at 250 for 1 stack. And if I do that, I've done the math, and if I sell about 500 stacks, which I think could be on this island, that's just if I do, I'd make 125,000 And if I sell 100 stacks for that price, I will make, what is it, 25,000. The money that's
and
here.
to break that down quickly, so basically, if he's doing 250, did you say it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much for like one block, $4. And like he could charge $5 for one block, so you'd actually save money by buying the full stack. So that's just put it in perspective for you.
Yes. Sorry, what were...
So basically, you're gonna make lots of money because if there's 500 stacks and you sell them for 250, you're gonna make.
I'll make 125,000. That's a lot of money, and that's not even the fact. After I scrap all of this, I have a plan of actually selling the land. Sorry for staying still on screen. I actually have a plan of selling the land. And this is such a large amount of land. I'll kind of just give you a tour of it. A large amount of land that, I could probably sell this for around, 50,000, 75,000. And it is a state, so I'm selling a state as well. And that even boosts the, potential buyer rate. And it also has buildings on it as well, so those are worth, like 2,000 bucks each, probably. I would say a little more, I'm just saying around that, because I don't want to overprice myself. If anything, I'd like to underprice myself and then be corrected. But just look how much land this is. Like, I'd say, this would have been on the last Stick 1 server, probably like 30 plots of land. Like, if we were in Chinatown, like, this is a lot. And those usually went for like 2,000. So, I don't know the math on that. How much would that be, Golly? If those usually...
Sorry, say that again?
2,000 times 30? Or not 230, but no, wait, it would be that, yeah, 2,000 times 30.
2,000 times 30 is like 60,000.
Yeah, so see, exactly, that's 2,000 times 30.
That's 2,000 times 30, I think it's 60,000.
If it even was 60,000... Look how much money that is, and then plus the buildings are worth around 10,000. That's what I'm saying, and we haven't seen them yet, so I will be showing them to you. But that's that. So that's potentials. Now over here we have the railway track, and this leads to a prison, and this leads to the beach. Not the beach. What did you call it again, Golly? Because I didn't know the word for it. It's an area where, like, not the beach, but I mine on it instead of calling it a beach.
Oh, a quarry. It's a quarry.
Yes, a quarry. It's a quarry, not a beach. And I was originally going to make it a beach, but I called it a quarry instead. So let's go down this railway track. There's two railways. So let's get going down this. The prison is right there, but we'll see that in a moment. Now, this is optional. The way this is the way I took for right now. Very optional, good way though. Right here is quarry. This is where we're gonna start mining. Is as soon as we start. And as you can tell, it's been dug out a little. And I like the pattern that the clay biomes give. This is the actual pattern when it was dug out that it had. It's awesome. But we'll start digging into this, and as you can tell, it's just gonna be some of the same clay for a little bit. I'll get in, but you'll get it. And then as well as, like I said, you can come up these stairs, so it is all go down the trackway. And then if we come back over here, another track, and this leads to prison. And if we go to the prison, there's actually some rules some people may not agree with, but our state is very strict. It's like really strict. I this for a minute, and I truthfully think they're good. So you can tell right here, this is where, like, the warden, I guess you could say, would sit, and kind of just, for work and all that. And then these to the cells, so you got all these, get a key here. And this opens this up, and then you got the cells inside as well. And the cells consist of a bed, a chest, I guess. I don't know really why, but, why a chest would be in here. I may take that out. and then a toilet, I guess you could say. Probably can buff that. But that's the design, and then they get a little bit of light at the end here, as you can tell. And then there is an execution room. The execution room is out back, and what the execution room is, if you've done the crime that we find, actually, hold on, let me kind of take you back. This isn't necessarily a jail where we take bad doers. This is an execution prison. So if you did a bad enough crime to come here, this means you're going to get executed. You're basically on death row. And so we'll have a prison in town, or jail, sorry, where you can be just held at if, you know, you robbed somebody or something, or you stole, you know, a candy bar or something like that. You know, you only be there like for a night or two, and then you'll probably learn your consequence, lesson. But if you come here, this is like if you stabbed somebody, you know, if you stole a bunch of stuff and held somebody at knife point or something like that. That's when you'd come here. It's a guaranteed death type thing. And that's where some people may not agree. We just fit that for this area, since how far out that is, no one else is around here in this state, you know. And so if you were to come out here and try murdering people, there's not an ambulance, there's not a hospital really that's this far out. So we find it that it would be better just to, in a way, kind of get rid of them, because they can't really go anywhere else. We can't send them back to Stickmon in a way, because Stickmon really doesn't have a prison or none of that. And if we were to keep them, they could escape, and, you know, they could hurt somebody, because they really can't go anywhere once they escape. They're just stuck here. So, but we don't execute just everybody. We execute people who've done really, really, really bad things. This is the room you'll come into the last 24 hours, and you'll get your last meal in here. You'll get to write your will and all that. And then when you are executed, it's actually a very humane thing. It's a gas chamber, which is basically just like tear gas, and then what we'll do first is we'll give you gas that'll make you fall asleep, and then we'll give the poison gas. So you'll be asleep, you won't feel it. That is a little bit more costly. We also have another method, it's hanging. We will do that sometimes, but that's another occasion, you know. But let's get out of here, because we don't always want to know about the prison. What else have I missed, Golly? Oh, right here. Okay.
The warehouse.
The warehouse. Now, this is my favorite part of this. Like, I seriously love this, and I've worked on this. Golly did the design again. Thank goodness Golly was around. Thank you, Golly. So basically what this is where we store all of our blocks and stuff. So when we go mine that down, all of them will come in here. But I created a little machine I thought was a unique design. Come up here. Let me take these off because they're getting annoying. This is the machine. And what this is the machine here, when we get the clay, it's all dirty and it has action holes and all that, because miners would have hit it and stuff and could have damaged it really bad. So the clay, we'll actually throw it in the dispensers, and it'll come out, it'll burn the clay and heat it back up to where it kind of gets mushy again, and it will form into a block and like fill all the crevices and all that weren't. It'll kind of just form it back up again, is what I'm trying to say. And then it's going to still be really hot, like, you know, 500 degrees, 1,000 degrees. And then it will push it, and it will go here. And then when it comes here, and the dye will, like, squirt onto it as a paste. And the paste will melt into it, because it's so hot. So it'll start melting and getting all liquidy and just running down it. And then that's when you have your final thing here, because it melted all over it and melted in it. What? What's wrong?
That entire paragraph was just wrong on every level. So.
Sexually?
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's gonna get squirted on it, it's gonna run down it, and then I'll edit that out, don't worry.
But as you can see here, these blocks will drop down, and they come out, and then what we do, and they'll grab the blocks, and they'll throw them on these, and these are basically like logs. And when they come on these, anchor them down with the ties, rope ties, and then they'll come out on these size blocks, and we push them. And then these are the jumbo bricks. So this is like when someone orders a really large, I have to print these out. And based out on this machine here, I've designed myself. And this machine, the jumbo bricks, and the people, when they're placing, they'll insert like a wheel into the bottom of each block, and they'll be able to roll them forwards, and then they'll roll over here, and then it's like a hoistering machine, so it'll lock it in place, and then they'll be able to roll them off. This machine right here goes up, so it's like a what'd you call it, Golly? Something that goes up, but like just one like this thingy. What'd you like a lifter?
I have no idea. Is what they're called in the machine.
A lift, yeah. So it'd be a lift. So it'll go all the way up, and then they'll slide all the way down, and then here, as you can tell, have them placed, and it'll come all the way down here, and they'll slide, drive it over here, and place it right here. Now these aren't the normal jumbo bricks, as you can tell. These are a lot bigger. These are basically what our clients will usually get. And you're probably wondering what the cobblestone things are. Well, these are actually what I put on here as a thing for the ship to hook them, to pull them up on the vessel, say. And so the come over, it'll hook on this end and hook on this end and pull it up and do its thing. And I thought that was kind of a cool thing. Over here, actually go on the back of the truck that was by Phoenix, and then they'll
I had to redo the whole truck. Like, if you notice the front, I did the front of it.
Yeah.
And then I added that stuff in there.
But sorry for that, my mic got disconnected. But they'll roll them on the back here, and it'll be like a ramp. They can roll it up, and they'll roll it up, and they'll put it so. And then this will drive up the ship, drive up to it, like where they'll usually have a ramp or something, and it'll drive on that, and then will push this off, and then it'll be off on the ship, obviously, just things like that. And then that's where those goes. But those bricks we make clay, and the clay will run out. We do know this, and my plan is to land off after the bricks run out. So, if I've calculated it alright, I find this to be worth around 50 to 75,000, It won't go 50, really. Maybe 45, but that's about rock bottom for anything. But I don't even think it's worth that. I think it's in mind, so don't hold my word on that. But, what it is, if we can sell all the, around 75,000, and then sell this as well, or, 50,000. That's so much. That's 125,000. Yeah, like, wow, what I can do with that money. I could build like 50 jobs. Like, that's not that I'm saying I'd do that, and that's just so much money. And I feel like I'm making a really big move here rather than just buying a shop in a motel and all this. I'd kind of like to hear your perspective.
Definitely something. So what I was saying to Freedom was that this is something that in theory will make a lot of money and help the economy, but in reality, like, this is what has to happen is so he gets here, and I mean, what money does he have? He has no money, so he has to like do some kind of work to get money, and then he has to hire people to mine this. Then other people have to get jobs, and then they have to want to buy this, and they have to have the money to buy it, and then after they buy it, he gets like he makes his deliveries and everything works out, and then money starts flowing in the economy, and it's just a cycle that repeats itself like that. But he has to calculate like how many people in the world will have $250 to just spend like that, because it's a reasonable price if you do the math and make it reasonable. But who has that kind of money so early on? It'll be a long time before this really starts making an impact. So in theory, I like the idea, and it will work in theory, but in reality, it's really other people's judgment, how they control really affects how this turns out.
Also, another, we actually have a shipwreck, a very cool thing, and golly, I know you know about this, and this is a pirate shipwreck that happened, and over here, and I will put my night vision on. I'm not going to show much of it because there's a little special. As you can see, It's right here. It doesn't look like much, but trust me, there's a thing. If you get on, if you come all the way out here, first attraction, if you come all the way out here, there's a surprise inside for $1,500. If you can find it, treasure ship, and find that, you're allowed to keep it. It will be taxed though, so you'll probably only pay like $1,000. You can actually live. And it's kind of a tourist attraction, and it'll cost you $50 to go underwater to scuba dive with our gear. So it's just $50 normally, and like all the, so it'll probably round up around like $100, maybe 200, because we will have to do certain things that are hard to know. Sorry for me messing up on my words, but hard for people to acquire. It'll cost around probably $200, I'd say, to go, and you get to go for 2 minutes. You get to try to find the money, and then if you get to keep it and all that. But that is a tourist attraction, so you can come anytime, and then you will go over here to the office building, which is up here. Farewell to the inmate and all that, and then you can pay them. It'll take you down, and all that. But Golfy, so anything you want to add? Anything, you know?
Well, this is just like a little shout out to all of us here at the Stickmon server. It's been about 3 weeks since we've started this, and we've come along pretty far, but not far. We'd really like to open the server soon. Really, we can do that as if we get it. And you don't need to be experienced, you don't need to be any good, because really it's not building that we need help with. It's a lot of tedious work, such as like finding out land, building highways. It's rinse and repeat stuff. Like, we start out the buildings and we just get people like finish the walls and the ceilings. We need help from people like you to make this process go a lot quicker. So it's not like, it's not super fun stuff. There is stuff that we need done. So anybody who wants to help and wants to
and people that do put a very large impact in the world, like to pause while maybe probably would not what.
Whatever you were about to say. I mean, I don't know what you were about to say, but probably not. What were you about to say?
At spawn, I'd probably like to make a wall for people that put an impact. You know, have been on the server for weeks. Your first building, like you know, who would it be, like Machinima, myself, you, people like that. You know, been on this world, done a lot of stuff. Mass Assassin, but that's something maybe. But I feel like that'd be kind of nice. I feel like it's kind of time to end the stream. I don't think like anything else to show off.
Please, have you anything to say? Alright, he's right here. Alright, then yeah.
Thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate this. If you stick this, and comment what you feel about the mine. You know, if you think it's a good idea, if you don't think it's a good idea, or you know, you think this was yeah, suggestions, or you think I'll go bankrupt. Or, you know, if you would like to comment, feel free. You know, something about this. But once again, thank you everybody for watching. Really appreciate this. My name is Reaper.